Car shops out of parts and things like transmission fluid. Tells you how bad things are getting out there. Beef, chicken, and pork, both canned and fresh, are disappearing off store shelves. We have the latest on that. Also, serious supply chain issues with why is milk spoiling so fast? We're going to address that question. And what do you guys think about home grocery delivery? Is it lazy? We're going to talk about that too, and a whole bunch more. These are your updates. These are your reports coming in from all over, including around the United States as well as around the world. Welcome to the Poplar Report. I'm Steve Poplar. I'm an accountant by trade, and we cover things on this channel that keep you up to date and keep you informed about what's going on in the world, unlike the mainstream media. Before we dive in, we do want to thank our sponsor, Genesis Gold Group. If you have a retirement account, or even if you just want to secure your investments into silver, gold, or platinum, you might want to talk to Jonathan and his team about what can be done to really make sure that you are secure from market downturns and such. There'll be a link at the end of the video for you to get some more information from them or to ask them questions. We have major flooding in China. The pictures and videos are quite shocking as the Guangdong province is now underwater. Reservoirs and dams are breaching and cities are being flooded. This will impact food production in that region. Is highly populated and they produce a lot of food there. So we're going to keep an eye on that and let you know anything else that develops from that. Six Semper reports went to get a transmission fluid service. Went to the shop and they were completely out. I had to go to the auto parts store. Yes. He had to go to the auto parts store. They didn't have it, so they sent me to the other store where I could pick it up. Apparently, they told me the wrong store because they didn't have it. But that's 3 different stores they had to go to get transmission fluid because the shop didn't even have it. Went there and bought a couple so I could get my service done. Never had to get my own parts before. I got my vehicle serviced somewhere. This reminds me of certain countries where you have to bring your own stuff to the hospital to get a procedure. Friends, make sure you bring your own bandages. Make sure you bring your own operation, your scalpels and such like that before you have a surgery at the hospital. That's how it is in some places. Some countries, they just don't have the logistical supply chain to pull that off. You have to bring your own parts and everything like that. They provide the service, but you got to provide all the materials. And yeah, that's the direction we apparently are going because the world is getting crazier by the day. Let me know if you've seen that kind of thing too. If you have updates about what you've been seeing where you are, or you have you're hearing things at work or seeing things at work, please do let us know, especially if you have insider information, or especially if you ask somebody what's going on with that or whatever, people who may know. Appreciate that. Just use the word update in your comment on any one of the videos here. Some of you have mentioned about there's trolls and they're driving you nuts. Unfortunately, I can't sift through quite so many comments, but if you just reply back to them, update, and just put the word like review in there, I will see it as I'm doing the updates and such like that, and I'll see that that you're requesting me to review that comment and see if there's someone being inappropriate on the channel. If they're being absolutely inappropriate, according to YouTube, you can just report them, right? So if they're trying to sell like crypto or something like that, make sure you just go ahead and report them, flag it. Kenneth in Memphis says, I was at Sam's on Sunday about 3 in the afternoon. The meat display was over 60% empty. Sam's Club. This included beef, chicken, and pork. Either meat is getting low or we have a lot of rich people buying. And how can people afford at this prices, right? I think we're probably having some issues on the supply side, right? We only have their word about the cough, cough. Cough, cough for cows. I like that. Cough, cough for cows. Let me know if you like that down in the comments. And we know how reliable that has been in the past, their word. Learn how to freeze your eggs. And I don't think that's a reproductive comment. I think that's more of a Get your food in order comment. Yeah, you can freeze eggs in, if they're the right size, you can do it in an ice cube tray, and then you can pop them out of the ice cube tray and into a Ziploc bag. That's one way to do it. Or people sometimes use like, I got these silicone like cupcake kind of forms, and they work really great for eggs, and then get them nice and flat. Anyway, just realize you are dealing with raw eggs at every step of the way there, and make sure that you sterilize whatever you touch and are using with those eggs. Even though they're frozen, they still are raw. Northern Nancy says, son-in-law went to Aldi's on Saturday in Milwaukee. He noticed egg noodles gone, string cheese gone. And when the string cheese runs out, you know we got problems, especially when it's in Wisconsin. Yikes. And elbow noodles also gone. Back when we were having those pasta shortages, remember how we were talking about the elbows were basically like the macaroni are basically the cockroaches of the pasta world. Like, you can run out of everything else and you'll never run out of elbows. Not to say that they're nasty or anything like that, but just they'll survive past anything. So elbows running out is definitely one of those things that you just kind of shake your head at, like, is it that bad? But when you have other pastas, it's just a little weird. Josh says, Saturday took my dad to the VA for heart issues. They got him taken care of and his heart back to beating normal. But when the doctor came in, he was going over what happened, and the doctor got a phone call. And he asked whether he could take it. And we said, okay. It only took a moment. After the phone call, he apologized and said it was the hospital across the street. So this heart doctor was covering both hospitals, Columbia, Missouri. Scary stuff. Well, we do have a shortage of doctors out there because most doctors aren't willing to put up with the garbage that they're having to put up with these days. A lot of doctors are retiring or switching careers, right? Vanessa, Steve, I'm in Rhode Island, and my teenage son and I have noticed that our milk is spoiling before we can use it. And it's always before the expiration date, sometimes a week or more before the expiration date. I can't remember ever having to throw milk away at our home, but in the last 6 months, a year, it's common now. Are they putting false dates on milk? Is the milk different somehow? Something is definitely going on with the milk. First thing I'd suggest checking is what's the temperature of your refrigerator. I mean, that's something within your power. It could be you. So check the temperature in your refrigerator. Second thing is it could be your store. Your store could have a refrigeration system that's not operating properly. And if they're keeping it at a higher temperature than they should, that could be causing some problems there. Also, the farm that you're getting it from, your store's buying it from somewhere, they could be contaminating the milk. And if they're contaminating the milk after pasteurization, or they're not doing pasteurization properly, that may be causing it. So you might want to just switch stores and see if that solves the problem. But a lot of times, stores next to each other, or even like Walmart, and then you go over to Kroger or wherever, they may actually be getting their milk from the same local farm. So it may be just your region, but I'm hearing a lot of people talking about that out there. If folks out there may have some insight as to why the milk is spoiling more frequently and faster recently, is it just refrigeration is not being done properly? Is it that there's less hygiene out there, that the pasteurization process is not being followed properly? Now, pasteurization does not kill everything. We know that. It kills a lot of things. It can come back, and that's why you have shelf-stable milk that is completely pasteurized, ultra-pasteurized, right? As opposed to regular pasteurized, which is like, we simmered it for a little while, right? If anyone knows more about that process and what's going on with the milk out there, please pop it down in an update to let us know about that. SPK northeast corner of Washington State. That's the good side of Washington State, right? Multiple companies in the area have had internet outages, causing problems at fuel stations, feed stores, construction supply stores, etc. Phone and internet service has been hit and miss for at least 2 weeks now. Anyone else around or outside this area experiencing this? If anyone has a word on that, what's going on? I wasn't able to find anything on the internets, so we'll just toss it out to the community. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much for helping share information and answer people's questions. This is from a nurse. At Sam's in Virginia, salted butter packs have went up by 40 cents overnight. When it scanned it, it rang up at $13.38, but the sign still says $12.98. Also, they lost power for a while, which was really weird. But that's in Virginia, not Washington State. Different Washingtons, right? Steve says, not me, another Steve. There's a few of us out there. Fresh cut fruit in supermarkets in Central Florida have been terrible. Melons seem to be in short supply, and what is there tastes insipid, which is our word of the day because that's such a great word, insipid. Especially with people who don't understand all those words and stuff like that, you can always criticize the government by talking about how it's insipid, right? But yeah, definitely fruit issues out there. We're just seeing a lot of things going bad faster than they should. I've heard some people talking about how it's they don't have enough nitrogen to go around because they're a lot of that comes from the processing at the refineries of petrochemicals and stuff like that. That's where they get the nitrogen and the CO2, and they use the nitrogen to purge packaging of oxygen. And when they don't purge it, then the oxygen is making the food degrade faster than if it's purged with nitrogen. That's what I hears. Greg, update from East Tennessee. That's one of our favorite places out there, isn't it? My local Walmart has always been in good shape relative to people's reports. Not now. This is downright scary. Mac and cheese was almost completely gone. And when the elbows are gone, right, like we say. Hamburger helper, also gone. Pancake mix, so low they can't even front them. They don't even have a one layer of them. Purex laundry detergent. Bleach is also very low. Onions, potatoes, almost gone. Keystone meats are gone. Now, we've been hearing about Keystone meats a lot in a lot of places. So we're going to keep our ear to the ground on that. Haven't had any for 2 weeks. Hormel chili, wiped out. This is a Walmart, right? That's not what's supposed to be happening. But we did hear back a little while ago that Walmarts are going to start prioritizing certain stores with lower theft. So if you're near a city, you might actually be getting shorted on your resupply at your Walmart. You heard that from here, but you'll never hear that from Walmart, right? Because that would be racist. Anyway, Hormel chili wiped out, stuffing mix, boxed potatoes almost gone, pickles, relish, plenty of butter, but very low on margarine, so the fake butter. They're changing their floor plan of general merchandise. I see that it used to go north-south, now it's going east-west. Interesting. And they are wider. Now they are under construction, adding a section for the lazy people. I have to confess, friends, I am one of the lazy people. Even though, man, I haven't actually done a store review for a while. I've been out of country so long. You're going to get your first walk through a store in just a little bit. I will be on that for you. I just completely forgot. Okay, they're under construction for adding a section for the lazy people, aka curbside and home delivery. I understand grandma can't get out. I'm good with that, but my neighbors are middle 20s. They get their food delivered once a week, every week. What do you think about curbside and home delivery, folks? Personally, usually because the store reviews and stuff like that, I walk through every aisle of the Walmart, but I don't like, it's hard to do it pushing a cart full of stuff. And so what I often do when I'm ordering rice and stuff like that, I order it curbside, pull up, they load my car with the heavy stuff, and then I go into the store and just kind of walk around. But sometimes I do actually get them to deliver at home too, because a while back I was checking out the Walmart Plus thing, and I got a year subscription because they had a super in sale. And so I was like, you know, since I have it, I might as well have them deliver stuff. So when my parents were visited for Christmas, I had them deliver stuff to my house, and that was actually really convenient. But I don't know, what do you guys think about that? Should it just be like people stop doing it, or do you really like it? I don't know, what are your thoughts? Ken says, Northeast Tennessee, same area as the previous comment, right? Keystone canned meat products are in shortage. So another report of Keystone in that area. Local store informed me, due to more stores starting to carry the product, less than full orders are coming in. So they're trying to stock it at more stores, but less is coming in total. So there's supply issue, but also they're trying to get it on more shelves. Maybe the beginning of things becoming unavailable at any price. All right, friends, please do keep your reports coming in. If you want to check out some more and get some more info from Genesis Gold Group or open a conversation with Jonathan or his team members, there's a link right there. If you want to check out another video from this channel, there's one right up here. Thanks so much for watching. Steve Poplar of the Poplar Report, out.